The day she cooked the biggest jollof rice in her village, everything changed. Could a single pot of jollof rice fix a broken village? In Ayetoro, a place where laughter had disappeared and neighbors acted like strangers, one young woman named Adama believed it could. She held a secret recipe passed down from her family long ago. The idea that the right mix of peppers, made with a good heart, could do more than just feed the stomach. It could fix the sad feelings of the whole village. This is the story of a village that had forgotten how to be friends, and the meal that helped them remember. The story of Adama doesn't start with magic. It starts with quiet. The quiet of the market square, in the middle of the day, a place that should have been full of talking and shopping. The quiet between neighbors on the path to the stream, their eyes looking down at the ground. The quiet in homes where families ate without sharing stories. Ayetoro, a name that means world of peace, had become a village of whispers and mean looks. It was a place full of quiet anger, a village whose hearts were hungry for happiness. And in the very heart of this quiet lived Adama. She was quiet, just like the rest of the village, but her quiet was different. Hers was a quiet for watching, listening, and remembering. While everyone else saw only dust and fights, Adama saw how the village used to be. She saw the shadow of the great Iroko tree, where elders used to wisely solve fights. She saw the old marks in the dirt, where children once played, until their laughter filled the village at the end of the day. Most of all, she missed her grandmother a lot. A woman whose hands could make magic with simple spices and whose stories could bring the village together like one big family. Adama missed that feeling, the feeling of belonging with everyone, and she held on to the memory of her grandmother like it was the last bit of hope. Hit the subscribe button to enjoy more African folklore tales. The anger in Ayetoro didn't start suddenly. It grew slowly over time. It started, as these things often do, with a fight over land. The Adebayo and Okoro families, two of the oldest in the village, both claimed the same good piece of farmland by the Imo River. What began as a stubborn fight between two old men quickly turned bad, spreading through their families like a cold. Soon, if you were loyal to the Adebayos, you wouldn't buy yams from the Okoros. The Okoro children were not allowed to play with the Adebayo kids. Mean looks and gossip became normal in the village. That single fight broke the village's friendly spirit, and soon other cracks spread. Chief Bello was a good man who used to be powerful, but now people ignored his words. He was tired from trying to fix a village that seemed to want to break apart. When he asked for everyone to come together, he was met with silence or people quietly saying no. The market, once the busy center of Ayetoro, was now quiet and sad. Iyanu, a woman whose words were sharp, had once used her loud voice for happy greetings and bargaining. Now, she was the main person spreading bad feelings. "Did you see how she looked at my fish?" she'd whisper, making small fights bigger. But even Iyanu, in quiet moments, would stare at a half-empty square and feel very sad for the noise and fun that was gone. Everywhere you looked, friendships were getting weaker. The groups of young men who used to work together for the village had broken up. Weddings, once parties for the whole village, were now small, uncomfortable meetings. Even sharing food, a very important part of their culture, had become scary. Who would accept a bowl of soup from a neighbor, not sure if it was given with kindness? The village was sick, and no one knew how to fix it. Adama watched all of this from the small home her grandmother gave her. It was a simple home, but it was full of memories. It was here her grandmother taught her the secrets of spices. She learned that thyme and curry could make a stew amazing, that a bay leaf added a hint of the forest, and that the real secret to great jollof wasn't just the ingredients, but the heart of the cook. Food is memory, my child, her grandmother used to say. It's how we talk to family who are gone. They can taste it, and it makes them happy. Adama spent her evenings by the fire, not cooking, but just sitting, remembering those words. She'd touch her grandmother's smooth wooden spoon, feeling the stories it held. She felt that not just she, but the whole village missed her grandmother. Ayatoro had lost its happiness. It was like the whole village had forgotten how to be happy. And as the quiet grew louder, a big idea, based on her grandmother's words, started to grow in her mind. The news of the yearly New Yam Festival came with a tired sigh from Chief Bello. He stood before the small crowd under the Iroko tree, his shoulders slumped. "It is the tradition," he said, his voice flat. "We will mark the harvest, but it will be a quiet event, a simple offering. Let each family celebrate in their own home." His words were like he was giving up. To celebrate separately was the final break in their village. For Adama, it felt like a punch. The festival was supposed to be the one time of year everyone came together to thank the earth and the family from long ago for everything. A quiet, separate festival wasn't a festival at all. It was like a funeral for their friendship. That night, Adama couldn't sleep well. She tossed and turned until, in the deepest part of the night, a feeling from her grandmother gave her a very clear dream. She saw a piece of earth behind the old shrine that no one used, and peeking through the weeds, she saw them, small, bright red peppers, shining in the morning. They wore atarodo, Scotch bonnets, but smaller, darker, and stronger than any she had ever seen. Then, the dream changed. She saw sunlight on a bowl of palm oil, its color a deep, special red, so different from the lighter orange oil at the market. She could almost smell its smoky, nutty smell. The dream changed again. Her grandmother's hands pounding with a big wooden tool, not fast, but with a slow, careful rhythm. Thump, thump, thump. The sound was like a heartbeat. Finally, the strongest picture of all, a giant old black cooking pot sitting over a huge fire, and around it, in the fire's warm glow, was the entire village. They weren't stiff and quiet like they were now. They were laughing and talking with happy faces. They were all eating from that single pot, their hands dipping into shared plates of jollof rice the color of a perfect sunset. Adama woke with a gasp. The pictures stuck in her mind. Her heart was beating with the rhythm from the dream. It wasn't just a dream. It was a message, a set of instructions. She didn't wait for the sun. She wrapped her cloth tightly and walked straight to Chief Bello's home. When she was finally brought before him, she didn't look down. She looked him right in the eye. "Chief Bello," she said, her voice clear and steady, "I ask for your permission. For the New Yam Festival, I will cook for Ayatoro. I will cook one pot of jollof rice. A pot so big, it will feed everyone in this village." The chief just stared at her. The news spread quickly